the year 2028, one Big Mac will equal $1 million. From the Gospel of John McAfee. Bro, just learn to code. The Project Freedom Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the Project Freedom Podcast, episode number 50, guys. I have my lights turned down, and I got the well, it's not really a ring light. My Cam Link light. Sorry, Elgato light. I'm tired, guys. Very tired. I got it turned down and turned orange to set the ambiance. I actually have I have a salt lamp in the corner of my living room now, and it's orange too. So it's like a nice, like, sleepy kind of ambiance. Ambiance. I probably said that wrong, didn't I, guys? Guys, I gotta admit, I'm very, very tired. I have been for like a year and a half now. But anyway, I didn't want to skip today because this is episode number 50. Finally made it, episode number 50. Halfway there. All right. So it's about like 4.5 months of doing this podcast. Quite a bit. Today is Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is anymore, guys. Today is Wednesday. All right. And I think, guys, I might skip Friday. I think I might skip Friday and just do like an early morning Saturday stream instead. In fact, I think I'm just going to do that. I'm going to schedule it and get a nice Friday off. But what are we talking about tonight, guys? We're going to talk about why millennials, the generation millennials, are broke. Now, when I say broke, I don't mean that, like, they're not not making good money, because there's definitely plenty of millennials who are making good money. In fact, there's quite a bit of like millennials out there that are earning six figures. In fact, you know what? Let me actually search for you guys. Let's search. How about this? Let's search the average income. What is the average income of millennials 2021? Let's figure that out first. All right. Well, it's not as high as I would think it would be. All right, here we go, guys. You want to see this? Okay, so it looks like, according to the BLS, whatever the hell BLS is, younger millennials, 25 to 34. I mean, I thought that was the only. Okay, so like anyone who's between the ages of 25 to 40 right now is considered a millennial. I thought it was like 25 to like 32. I don't think a 40-year-old right now would be considered a millennial. I'm pretty sure that kind of person would be considered a Gen X, right? But let's see. So, guys, according to the BLS, younger millennials earn an average of $48,000 annually, and older millennials, 35 to 40, make an average of $58,000 per year. Non-subject is BLS's Bureau of Labor Statistics. Okay, thank you, man. I mean, okay, I would have expected to see this higher, because if you guys know anything about math, like if you have an average of things, right? So let me do some quick maths for you guys real quick. Quick maths. All right, so if I take 1, all right, and I add it to 1,000, all right, and then I take, I don't know, 2, add to that. All right, so we took 3 separate numbers. We took 1, 1,000, and 2. All right, so let's get the average of those 3. So we divide that by 3. It's the average 334. All right, which is, so if we consider those 3 people, to be salaries of $1 per year, $1,000 per year, and $2 per year. And we get the average of that set of data. The average is 334, which 334 is like very far away from the person that was making $1 and $2 a year. So usually with averages, like if there are these edge cases that are like a lot, like there's a huge gap between what the normal, when quote unquote average person, and let's just say like, there's a bunch of like really, really high earners, that would kind of like make up for the fact that there are some lower earners in there, but we don't see that in here, right? So still though, like, millennials will get an average of $3,370 in stimulus money from what? Weren't those checks only like $1,200, right? Anyway, I guess that assertion about how much money millennials actually make is wrong. All right. But that would actually lead into the conversation, make what I'm going to talk about tonight even easier. So, and I'm sighing. I'm not sighing because I'm tired. I mean, I am sighing a little bit because I'm tired, but I'm sighing because of how sad those statistics were. That's not good. But hey, all right. So guys, why? I don't know how many of you guys in here are millennials. I know some of my guys are millennials, like probably a huge larger chunk, but we also have a boatload of Zoomer kids in here. And by the way, you Zoomers out there, y'all are my favorite generation. I hate millennials. I hate my generation, and I think boomers are some boomers are just kind of like with their boomer double speak, but we can learn some lessons from the boomers, I think. But can anyone really learn lessons from millennials? You can certainly learn some lessons from me, but most people can't really learn much from millennials because what did they do? Great. We were the and guys, I am a millennial. Okay, so if you're in the audience and you're a millennial and you're listening and you're offended, suck it up, Buttercup. Talking from a millennial myself, we were the generation of participation trophies, right, guys? So think about that. All right, guys. So I'm going to cite some statistics here from this guy named Ken McElroy. If you guys know him, he's kind of like a finance guy. He's a funny guy. He's got YouTube videos and he has a blog. All right. So currently right now, millennials own 5% of all the wealth in the United States. Okay, 5%. So if you don't really know anything off the top of the bat, you might be like, oh, maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's average. Maybe there's, I don't know, 10 different generations, but there's not. All right, there's really only like 4 or 5 really true generations currently living right now still. And 2 of them have the lowest population count because one is the current newest generation and one is the oldest, right? So, there's not enough coming in, being born in the first one, and the other ones are, the oldest kind of like on their way out, right? So off the bat, you might not think that that's like some scary stats, but let's talk about the generation, the parents of the generation that we're talking about now, the parents of the millennials, which are the boomers, right? And some millennial parents have Gen Xers as parents. I do not. I have boom daddies, boom daddy and a boom mommy, and I think also, I mean, I have a friend who's my age and his parents are like in their late 70s. So I don't think those would be considered boomers, but maybe they are. But what about the boomers at the same age? At the same age that the millennials are now, their parents owned 22% of wealth, all the wealth in the country. All right, at the exact same age. So right there, we already know there's something a little off with that, right? But let me pause a second for you guys to check in. Andrew K says, evening, gents. Good evening to you, Andrew K. Sam says, do you deny .mp3? Yes, Sam. Do you deny .mp3? KW says, rug stream. Yeah, guys, sorry for being late. What's up, Cody? Good to see you in here. Wade, what's up to see you? Good to see you too, my friend. Nonstop Dre says, but they say, in quotes, you can't put a price on education. Hold on, Dre. All right, Mr. Dre, I think you might know one of my talking points tonight. Josh channeled his inner Aaron Clary for tonight's topic. Yeah, I need to, guys. Let's all do an Aaron Clary prayer right now. Let's do a prayer to the great, angry Aaron Clary. Dear Aaron Clary, please fortify me with your knowledge and hatred towards the education system. For I too, one day, wish to be as hateful towards the education system as you, because the educational system right now is just a bunch of SJW weirdos. In Aaron Clary's name, we pray. Amen. Alex says, hey guys, now finally member. Good to see you in here, Mr. Alex. The Big 50, yes, 50 episodes. Good evening to you too, Christian Soto. Also, Chain in the house with the pumpkin pill emoji, the orange pumpkin pill emoji. Broccoli emojis. Both you and MLD are tired. Yeah, dude. It's the life, man. It's the life. Kyle W says, get a degree, they said. Sell out, they said. The calendar year is a social construct. I wonder if it is. Like, I mean, I guess it kind of is, right? Like, so, I mean, seasons, right? Like, seasons, winter, spring, fall, summer. That's not a social construct, right? Because that's something tangible in the 3-dimensional realm that we can like see, right? But unless you live in Florida, then there's only like 2 seasons: miserably hot and just a little hot. But maybe, and in months too. There's some scientific, like there's some astronomical, not astrology. Astrology is voodoo. Astronomy is a science. So there is some astronomical like reasons for why we have certain months and certain days, but like certainly the like school year, the school calendar year, which I think is what you mean by calendar year, right? Maybe I'm wrong. That's certainly a social construct, right? Schedule before Rule 0 if possible. Yeah, it would probably be either before or after that for sure. Because after Rule 0 is Dude Party and John's Dude Party show. I like to watch that, and sometimes I go on it. So probably before would be better. It's all the avocado toast. Yeah, Tom Graff, yo, good to see you. 40-year-old is on the border between Gen X and Millennial. Yeah, maybe you don't really know. And again, I don't think there's any like roughly defined. There's no like hard stamp on the road like, hey, this age you're a millennial, like this age you're, because people argue about these things, right? Only $48K a year. Is that with a bachelor's or master's? I don't know if that. I don't think that even. I don't know. You want me to check? I don't know. Let's. You want to go into that article? Let's see. Let's see, Mr. Dre. It wouldn't be a bad. Segue, Mr. Dre. Mr. Dre, you're always segueing me back into the topic. I really appreciate that, Mr. Dre. All right. You guys want to see something else interesting real quick? Would you look at that? Would you look at that, guys? Didn't I say something about face melting Bitcoin coming soon? I think we had some pretty face melting moves in the last couple of days, but I don't think I wouldn't consider that to be true face melt Bitcoin yet. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, we'll see what Big Daddy Biddy does. All right, not so Dre. Let's go into this article. Fool.com. Jeez, look at all this junk. What a crappy website. I mean, I don't know if I can go into this article, dude. This is a junky website. All right, the table shows. Okay, this is to do with stimulus, though. Your mileage may vary. Is there likely to be more money? California, highest cash back. Jesus Christ. This is such a bloated website. Guys, somebody, my developer guys, please don't contribute to this kind of like web bloat, man. Just stop it. Just Stop it. That website was probably written with AI. I don't know, Dre. You know what's a good way to figure that out? Let's see this. Okay, how many? Let's see, percent of millennials with degrees, degree with a pedigree. How many of you millennials have a degree? Let's see. More millennials have a college degree than any other generation. Oh man, look at that. More millennials have a college degree than any other generation. All right, so what is not adding up yet, you guys? What we just looked at. All right, so millennials, the average, like, I guess, what else we could do too. We should take those two averages. So what was it, Mr. Nonso Dre? It was 48K and then 56K. So what is that? What's the average of those two together? 48 plus 56. It might have been, I don't know, divided by 2, 52K. All right, so it's like the $50,000. So the average millennial per se earns around $52,000. All right. Yeah, for some reason, we are the brokest, quote unquote, brokest generation. I wonder why. Up and Adam says, "What's up, Josh? What is up, Mr. Up and Adam? Not sure who you are. Maybe you're someone that I know. But what is up to you, my friend?" Tom Graffs, LOL, guilty. Most base generation, Zoomers, yes. Is 92 millennial? Yeah, because I'm 91. Rianu Keeves. I believe millennials, from what I've read before, it's like starts in 86. 86. The MTV generation, yeah. Jordan says, I forgot you're actually live. I usually watch the replays. Good to see you in here then, man. Join your Art of Code. Looking forward to working with you. You too, dude. You too. David P. says, listening as I listen to you, I can fully embody ELP. Yes, we must all consistently eat, lift, and program 24/7, 365. I mean, there's not a whole lot of sleep in there. So when you can sleep, it's good too. But yeah. Millennials, in my opinion, are the generation that is required to break off from the physical age to the digital age and the blind need for college. Yeah. Max Signita says, yesterday I read that graphic designers on average only make 7K more than delivery drivers in the States. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah. Good evening, late to stream. Good to see you, my friend. Dre says, hopefully they show the majors. I bet there's going to be at least one derp with a master's in philosophy. 5% of the wealth seems low for the largest number of degrees. Right. Exactly, Mac. Exactly, Tom. Excuse me. Exactly, Tom. Yes. Exactly. Right. Something's off about that, right? Like that shouldn't be that way, right? Because what were we told? Like, get a degree. It doesn't really matter what you do. You just need to get a degree for it. Even if it's underwater basket, get a degree. All right. Get a degree and the money will follow. And I don't think I ever thought to ask, well, why? I don't think any of us, if we are millennials with a degree, ever thought to ask why. It's almost as if I'm gonna whisper, so people don't take this like as a conspiracy or something, but it's almost as if they kind of wanted us to go to school for a certain reason. And why do you guys think that is? Probably a few reasons. All right, probably a few reasons, but if I had to think, what requires you to go to school that would maybe make them happy? How much does a school cost? Can the average 18-year-old afford to go to college for 4 to 5 years? The average 18-year-old. I wonder if they can pay for that tuition, out of the pocket and do it for 4 or 5 years. And rent. because they can't be working because you don't want to work when you're in school because you have to focus on the school, right? I mean, don't work. It's a bad idea. You should focus on the school, right? You don't want to be distracted. And what about books and food and just all living expenses? Or when you pop a tire and you got to get a new one? Wait, they don't have to pay for it because we can take out loans to go to school, right? Oh, okay. Makes sense. Sorry, this is Ryan Malcolm from the Age of Code course. Yes, Art of Code. But yes. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Okay, I know who you are now. When I was in college, graphic designer, expected entry level was like 30K range. Most important question is why? Yes. I don't know about this millennials are broke thing. The millennials I know are loaded real estate and software investors. I mean, most millennials I know, Nick, you probably know some better millennials than me. Most of the ones that I know are not doing very good. I mean, they're either doing just like barely coasting or they're just doing all right. You know? You know? $. Yep. Produce more good boy tax cows. Yep. Yeah, I think you're right about this age, Nick. I think the average millennial is 35 now. Student loans is the only debt that people can't get rid of with bankruptcy. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, it's strange, right? It's strange, right? Very strange. It is strange. Coincidence? Okay, guys. So, millennials only own 5% of the wealth in this country, but their parent generation at the same age owned 22%. Okay. And Nick, you know what, Nick? I don't know if you missed the first couple minutes of the stream. I was agreeing with you when I was saying, I think there's definitely millennials that are high earners for sure. Right. But how much like quote unquote wealth? Because what is it, guys? Being rich and being wealthy, two different things, right? Two different things. And one is amount of income you have, and one is like your worth, right? So, you can be making 6 figures a year and living to paycheck. I know plenty of people who do that, which is strange, right? Like you would think that with the amount of good income, you will be able to procure wealth. Why have we not done that so far? And back to Mr. Ken McElroy's statistics, Mr. Ken Elroy believes that student loans is the number one cause of this. The number one cause he believes is student loans, and he thinks that that's probably what sets them back the most out of anything. The number two cause he thinks is that credit cards and other debt. If you think about it, guys, like, the average person can't afford to go buy a car in cash, right? And most people need cars, so you have to take out a loan, and you're paying interest on that loan, right? And in actuality, like most of the time, you're incentivized to take out debt as opposed to just paying for things in cash. It would make less sense to do so, right? 20 years ago, a third of the population didn't even use credit cards. Now it's like everybody has a credit card, right? And Mr. Kin also says that millennials are unable to pay for things without credit cards because of inflation. But hey, that inflation stuff isn't real, right? It's just, come on, it's just transitory, guys. It's just transitory. We swear it's just 2 weeks. It'll only be 2 weeks, guys. We promise. We would never lie to you. It's just this inflation. It's not going to get any worse, boys. It's just transitory. Just shh. Here. Shut up and just take the confetti money, all right? Shh. Just take it. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't complain. Don't think. No, stop that. Don't think. Are you thinking? Guys out there, are you guys thinking? Don't do that. Don't think. And also, a majority, more than half of the millennials don't own a home. Only 48% of millennials own a home. I actually know very few millennials who own a home. I was a homeowner, sold it. I think that I made a good move, especially considering the location of the home. But I don't think I have any need to buy a home for a while, to be honest with you guys. So I mean, maybe personal reasons could have something to do with it. I mean, there's less families that there's less millennials with children than boomers with children. So guys, but at the same time, when the boomers were the millennials' age, 78% of boomers own homes. So we're still seeing some weird facts, right? And back in the good old boom daddy days, 100K, man, in the 90s, 100K was a fuck ton of money, right? 100K, like you could live paycheck to paycheck now on 100K. Crazy to think about that, right? I mean, you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck if you're not fucking retarded, but you could if you try to like live this like lifestyle that's above your means, right? And the final reason he thinks this is because Mr. Kin believes that inflation is pushing millennials out of the market because their income isn't going up, right? Their income isn't going up, isn't increasing at the same rate as inflation. So inflation's going this way and their income's just like going this way. Like it's going up a little bit, but like very slowly, right? And that's pushing them out of the market for all assets, right? Not just homes, that's the majority of the thing that people, the number one asset that people buy that like gives them wealth in the United States at least is homes, right? Andrew says it's just a Ponzi scheme to pay off professors and beneficiaries, tax-free. Maybe. Shh. Don't think, dude. Are you thinking? Stop. Don't do that. Don't think. Guava direction win? Now. Anyone ever play the board game Life? I never went the college route, and here I am now, no college degree. The first sentence, I don't understand the question, and the second, I don't understand the question, the first sentence question, and then the second sentence behind it, and like, are they supposed to be paired together? Or am I supposed to make a connection? But then again, I also am sleep deprived, and my brain no worky, Rihanna, so maybe that's why. Indentured servitude is a reason why. You can't cancel student debt. It's a way to control people. I could agree with that. Win soundboard, says Tom Graff. It's right here, Mr. Graff, but my dock is broken. And I'm waiting for the dirty seller from Amazon to actually respond to my message because I just cannot. I refuse. I'll pay for another one. All right. I'll pay for another one. I don't have a problem with that. But I want this one returned and I want like a refund because all I did was use it for 3 weeks and it broke. It seems kind of strange to me. It must be because it was made somewhere in a country that starts with a C. I'll leave it at that. To be honest, though, if you went to college for STEM, there's still a good chance you're making bank right after you graduate. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with going to college for something meaningful, but the whole millennial generation was told you have to go to college no matter what. And basically, like if you didn't go to college at the time, you were a social outcast. Okay. So I venture to think that a lot more people went to college than they really should have. Which could point us into the direction as to why our generation has more degrees than anyone else, but is considered the least wealthy. All right. And the title is that why are millennials broke? I guess we shouldn't make that assertion, but we're definitely the least wealthy generation. Bad money management can negate good income. Yeah, for sure. Shortage of boomer bosses coming soon. I believe so, dude. Pandemonium. I believe so. I explained 2FA to my boomer boss today. Good job, dude. Did he understand it? I hope he did. Transitory, says Cody Moose. Yeah, totally transitory. Very difficult to have a family when you're 32 plus when married. Very difficult to have a family when you're 32 plus when married. How much is 100K now worth due to inflation? Sid, 80K or less. I mean, what compared to like what year we're talking about? You're talking about 1990. It's a lot. 1990, 100K 1990 versus 100K now. I'd say like the difference would be like 100K now would be like probably like 40K in 1990. And I don't know like the actual stats behind that, but I mean, there's some math you could do, right? Excuse me, guys. My sinuses. You know that, see, Dre, the reason why it's hard to answer this is because who tells us the inflation rate? The Fed, right? Do you think? Oh, Rio just said 4 words that he should not have said. We're gonna get shut down, dude. Don't ever say the PWCB. Don't say it. Dre, how are we going to measure that inflation? Are we going to measure it from CPI numbers that were given by the Fed? It's like how much like dish detergent costs, or are we going to measure it in things like that actually matter, like real estate, rent, things that you need to live, gas, right? Both. If we measure it against both, it's higher, but one would be 6%, and one might be closer to like 60%. So, let's figure this out. Let's see. Mustang GT cost 1990. Okay. All right, guys. I know cars probably not the best thing to use. Okay, but okay, come on. All right. So let's see. Let's do the 5.0. All right, let's do the fucking 5.0 with the LX. Okay, let's do the most expensive Mustang GT in 1990, $13,000. Okay, $13,000. All right. I'm looking for, because when you pull up how much does a Mustang cost in 2021, it gives you the base level first. All right, so let's see. Let's look at the actual GT, because we're talking about the GT. All right. How much is a brand new 2021 GT Mustang? The Mustang GT, which is a V8 engine, instead of the standard turbocharged 4-cylinder, retails for $36,000. All right. And for new Mustang, okay, so most likely you're probably going to get, if you get one, it's probably going to be closer to the $40,000 range. All right. Even if you have very little bells and whistles on it. All right. So just add $4,000 to that. And I don't know. I might know because I might have a Mustang GT. I don't know though. But and then let's just add 2 to this to make it even 15. All right. So 40 versus 15. All right. You guys doing the math yet? Okay, good. So I don't know. Don't know if that would measure across the CPI from 1990 to now. Whatever are we going to do without our boomer bosses? Oh, we won't be able to do double. We'll have to listen. Like, who's going to do the double speak? Are we going to have to start doing double speak, Sam? I think we can do that probably. We can do that. We can do that. We can do the double speak. Word has it that Dollar Tree is raising prices. I saw that, you boy Cliff. I saw that, dude. I heard we're gonna have to. Are we gonna have to start calling them the $2 tree? Hopefully not. Pass the collection plate around. It's now the $2 tree. Yeah, college. ... Meaningful. ... LOL. Yeah, true. I remember the propaganda they would push in high school, bringing in recovered drug addicts to push college. Yeah, dude. I won't read this. I won't, those last 4 words. We can't. Shh. Most of you guys probably don't know. Most people don't. Even you guys, my beloved family in here, probably don't even know these last 4 words right here. You probably don't know what the fuck that is. Good luck finding information about it too. I don't know, Rio. Is that what I'm hitting at? I don't know. I know that, Rio, I now know that you're a pretty base individual, though. $100K in 1990 bought you a Ferrari. Yep. Yeah, dude, exactly. You could have gotten a Lambo. You could have gotten a Diablo back then for that price, right? I didn't go to college, so I just got into drugs. Jesus, no wonder we're fucked. Man, like, I didn't do that college thing. I just ended up doing heroin, bro. As if like not a, as if like nobody, as if everybody that didn't go to college just automatically became a drug addict. I mean, I guess I don't know. What's up, you damn millennials? What's up, Matt? Good to see you, my non-millennial friend. Think of all the real estate up for grabs when the private liberal arts degree colleges go under. Yeah, dude. Oof, that's bad speak. I'll let you sort that out. PWCB, feel good. Oops. Yeah. Shh. Isn't inflation measured based off of houses, cars, and rent prices? No, it's not. It's measured off of something called the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, and it is basically a basket of goods. And every year over time, they've actually just made it. They've just manipulated even more. And by manipulate, I mean, and initially it was comprised of those kind of things, and then they started taking out. We don't need to include house prices because not everyone buys houses, even though not everyone buys houses anymore. So we don't have to include that. Well, maybe because your numbers are wrong and you're missing something as to why people aren't buying houses anymore. But anyway, and then now it's essentially just like dish detergent, Febreze, air freshener, just stupid shit like that. That doesn't actually matter. So no, it's not. It's actually not measured based off of houses, cars, and rent prices. But if you were to do if you were to measure it off of houses, cars, and rent prices, then you would get some significantly higher numbers, right? Look how much real estate went up this year. On some places, like anywhere between 30 to 50%, right? So it's like almost that's almost a 0.5x, right? A little strange, right? To be fair, the 1990 Mustang was ass, dude. Cody, get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of here. Cody, do you deny that the Fox body is the most benevolent and loved Mustang of all the Mustang sphere? If you do, Cody, I need you to exit the chat right now. Don't ever come back, dude. Come on, bro. What are you thinking, dude? Dude, how dare you? Look at this thing. Look at this fucking thing, dude. It looks like it has a mullet. Come on, look at that. Cody, are you serious, bro? Cody, don't you own a Mustang? What's your problem, dude? How dare you? How dare you? Let's see. New Horizon says 1990 Mootag got whooped by the Thunderbird supercharged. Same year. Yeah. But did it look super cool, bro? 3X? Yeah, I think that's for inflation. Maybe, yeah, dude. $60,000, maybe. The 5.0 Stang first saw one in the Silence of the Lambs, driven by Clarice. I have a book on it I haven't read. College is pay for play, and the play is shrinking. Yeah, and less people are going to college now too. Like a lot of Zoom daddies have actually learned the lesson from their older generation, the millennials, and because we're all telling them like, dude, don't go to fucking school. Like unless you don't go to school unless it's something that you legally need a degree to do, like to be a lawyer or a doctor, right? The creature from Jekyll Island, Frankenstein. Yes, Matt, we know. We know you're Gen Z. You're basically just a millennial, bro. Just change the basket, bro. Axe body spray, bro. Let's just dictate the inflation price based off of Axe body spray. And Darth Vader voice. I'm altering the basket. Like the Fox body looks great, but it's awful, LMAO. Dude, get out of here, Cody. Just stop. The Fox body, Fox. All right. I loved the mullet Stang body back in the day. Lots of kids had them back in high school, LOL. 2050, one Big Mac equals one Ferrari. Nick says, wait a second. If you have inflation, you need a bank to make interest on your money. But if you have deflation, you don't need a bank to get returns on savings. Yes to the second assertion, but no to the first assertion, because okay. Here's why, Nick. Here's why I say no to that first assertion. Okay, hold on one second. And it makes sense, right? But people often don't think about this. It's not like something that a lot of people think about, obviously, because no one talks about this kind of stuff, right? But all right, so okay, so if we have if the rate of inflation is, I don't know, just arbitrary number, 10%, right? All right, to stay at put with this 10%, you need to be gaining at least 10% on your money, right? But if you have your money in a bank and you're only getting 0.05%, which is like what the average interest rate in a bank now, then you have to do 10 minus 0.05. So then I guess then at that point you're only at 9.95% inflation. All right, so you're still losing. Right? And let's just say on top of that, let's just say you get a raise every year, but the raise is 1%. All right, so then you're only down 8.95%. All right, that's the thing. So the answer to the first one is no. But the thinking process is correct, Nick, because what you actually need is you need DeFi protocols. You need DeFi protocols. Just use Guava, bro. You need to chase them yields, homie. Like a goddamn degenerate, just to stay in place with inflation, right? Rio says, I read about history a lot, and you see the same pattern. Yeah, it's a circle, dude. It's a circle. Our forefathers taught us, I think you would say, what not to do after it has been done 2 times before. But here we go, 1913, and they bragged about it. Yeah, man. 1913 indeed, my friend. Mm-hmm. Rio, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I have a feeling that we might have to. I have a feeling that we might learn a lesson the third time. Actually, this would be the 4th time in the United States that we would, if we removed them, or took them away from having control over our money. Let's see, 1, and then Thomas Jefferson, 2, and 3. This would be the 4th time if we got rid of them. I have a feeling that we might have to learn our lesson a 4th time. And I have a feeling that's probably coming a lot sooner than people realize. I would say the next 3 months. What is it? October, November, December, January. All right, 4 months. All right. Either that, this is my prediction. All right. In 4 months, either that exactly is going to happen. You guys might not even know what I'm talking about. Or everything, all this fuckery we're seeing right now is just over. It's over. I have a feeling, guys. I really don't know why. I really don't know why. I just have a feeling. I feel the amount of people that are tired of all the nonsense. I feel it. Sorry, I have 2 Thunderbirds supercharged in my driveway. I'm jaded. Those are cool cars, bro. 1996, the Foss Body Mitsubishi Eclipse were all the rage. We didn't have Fox Body in 96 or 99, right? Was this still Fox Body? I thought it was like the S160, whatever. The early 90s were the best years. I think most of the random badass cars came out of it. Spirit RT, Cyclones, Super Coupes, Supras, and Eclipses. Yeah, back when the Eclipses weren't garbage like they are now. And I guess back when the Supras weren't garbage, because the Supra is basically like the modern Supra is basically the modern BMW Z4. In fact, it's actually tuned down and it has less bells and whistles on it, which would be weird. Guava, baby. Yes. But doesn't the government run out of money in 12 days? Come on, man. You really think they're going to run out of money in 12 days? Look, every time they've had to raise the debt ceiling, it's always my my debt ceiling, my debt ceiling. We guys, if we don't raise the debt ceiling, we're gonna have this. It's gonna be the worst. It's gonna be the worst it ever was. The biggest catastrophe. Trust me, I know a lot about catastrophes. Trust me, I've seen many catastrophes. I've done billions and billions and billions of catastrophes, and trust me, it's gonna be the worst one. Look, every time they do that, it happens to be going down at the same time. There's some kind of bill in Congress that needs to be passed. Okay. Let me let you guys know a secret. All right. This is how really shitty laws get put into place. This is how you lose your rights, guys. All right. You make a bill that's 22,000 pages long that nobody, including the Congress, read. And you put all kinds of things in there that say things like everyone is given a certain amount of miles to ride per year. Oh, and literally every single thing that you do, even though we were monitoring it before, now it's all legal for us to monitor everything, including the amount of time you spend on a toilet. Oh, and once you run out of those 2,000 miles to drive per year, we're gonna come take your car, right? And oh, by the way, we're gonna give $25 million to stoned fish in the desert because even though the country's in a lot of debt, we really, really need to pay money for those research on those stonefish. Yeah. And so what happens is they make this giant panic, and then they have these things called news networks, right? And then the news networks go and signal malicious feelings onto the public. Guys, it's going to be the worst ever. If they don't fix the debt ceiling, it's going to be the worst. We're going to die. Oh my god. We're going to freak out. Everybody's going to die. And then what people do, they're like, guys, Mr. Republicans and Democrats, even though you guys are both the fucking same, just pass the bill. Don't you guys care about us? Just pass the damn bill. Just come together in an agreement. And they just make an agreement like, all right, sign it. The people have spoken. And boom. And then, they just print more money. It doesn't affect them to raise the debt ceiling at all. It affects them down the road, but every time that they get down the road, they just do the same thing again. And actually those closest to the money printer benefit from it the most. It's called the Cantilla effect. So yeah, it does affect them. It affects them in a positive way. And it doesn't do anything negative to them to just print more money. That's all they have to do. The government just draws up a piece of paper and says, here's a bond. Mr. Fed, could you give us, we're gonna give you this bond that we just created, and you guys can make more money, right? So it's just a scam, my guy. Yeah, I don't think those were the Fox bodies. Good timeline, says Sam. I think Sam agrees with that timeline. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Yes, indeed. Kids at my high school, at least. The only downside to the debt ceiling is that the feds don't need to go to work during them. Yeah, but do they really do much work anyway? Like, what is the job of the Federal Reserve? Do you guys know the actual job? Like when the government allowed them to come here and they shook hands and they're like, do you guys have a job to do? The first job, it's only two things that they have to do. It's literally only two things they have to do. The first thing is to keep the monetary system stabilized, right? Basically, don't have excess amounts of inflation. Now, have they done a good job? Have they even done that job? That's a big fat no. And the second is maintain unemployment levels. Not you guys know what I mean, right? Not to like make sure that they have high levels of unemployment, but maintain the level of unemployment to keep it a certain level, right? They have not done that either. So they don't work anyway, in my opinion. So shut that government down, baby, says Nick. Lots of pork passed in Congress. Yeah. Yeah, guys. So I think there's quite a few reasons why, us millennials don't have much of nothing, right? Does it look extra dark in here now, guys? Can you even see my face? Is the ambiance extra great? Ooh. Do it look scary? Sorry, enough of that. Enough of playing around with that stuff. Guys, like I think that like to leave on a positive note. Okay, I think the millennial generation definitely is the least wealthy generation of all time. But I know some people. I'm about to say something. I know some people in the chat who are going to be these people that I'm saying. The millennial generation right now may be the least wealthy of them all, but we got some stuff going on right now. I kind of got a little, for the first time in our generation's history, we have kind of like the largest opportunity that almost actually any generation that we know that is currently alive has had. And some people are going to be very, very, very wealthy individuals. Okay. Already are because of this, great opportunity that we have. At the same time, guys, and the last podcast talked about World 3.0. People are also going to have, our generation is also, if you choose to be smart and competent, just be competent, bro, and just be confident. Just go to justbeconfidentbro.com. Does it work yet, guys? Let me know. And they're going to have the ability to kind of redo kind of like the fabric of our society, perhaps in a much better way. Okay. So everything bad usually inevitably ends up as something that's good, and vice versa. And just might be, hey, because the millennials were the poorest generation, maybe the ones that are smart and competent are gonna do enough to negate all that negativity, turning into something positive. Maybe there's a chance. Well, no, maybe there is a chance. I know there's a chance. Okay. Halloween theme already. I'm gonna have to get. Let's see. What day is Halloween? I think Halloween is on Sunday, right? So does that mean that the Friday stream prior to, I'm gonna have to wear a costume on air? What do you guys want me to dress up as for Halloween? For the stream? Yeah, so the 29th, I'm gonna have to dress up on something, right, guys? What should I do? Leave a comment below and let me know. A wealth transfer is happening. I'm in position already. It's sad because no one around understands. Shaking my damn head. Yeah, dude. You know what, Rio? Dude, there's no point in trying to help people that don't want to listen. And we, like, everyone, most people that you see on the streets now, they're just a bash shell, and they just run echo scripts. Echo, it's okay. I already had 3 jabs. You don't have to worry about being inside the elevator as me. Echo, oof, that's bad speak. All right, so just don't worry about it, man. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself, get in a good position, and then when it is time to worry about it, then you can actually help other people. Then you can actually be in a position to help the people that are just simply running echoes in their terminal, right? If you guys have a suggestion for what I should dress up as for Halloween, leave a comment in the video. That's all I have for tonight, guys. I'm going to go to sleep early. And eat a bunch of mangoes. I'm out. I love you guys. See y'all later.